taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Today there's going to be widespread frost before 8 a.m. Otherwise, sunny skies with a high near 66. Calm wind becoming south around 5 miles per hour this afternoon. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers after 1 a.m. Increasing clouds with a low around 50. South wind around 5 miles per hour. Fun fact. Did you know frost can form even on clear sunny days if the ground cools quickly enough overnight? Leading to a beautiful but chilly morning surprise. Until next time, keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
It's time for Simmons Says, the show that brings Warren County the latest news and stories from around the community. Hosted by Jeff Simmons, this program dives into everything from local events to major headlines. Stay tuned and stay informed.
Hello and welcome to the Simmons Says radio show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. See if I can autopilot this opening while I still sit here and try to share all of our posts on Facebook, which I think I was able to do, and then get over here and see if I can make sure that I can read all the comments when they start flying in. Audience, get here. Everybody on Facebook, go ahead and share that. Like it also while you're here. Simmons Says page, Warren County Sports Authority page, Behind the Mic, Town Talk, Hey Hitchcock. I feel like I don't give him enough of a shout out, but they got social media too. Everybody on that, everybody that we have on the Main Street Media roster here on WBMC 97.7 FM just got a chance to. I dug in. I listened to the entire final hour of Town Talk with Raven Young and Justin Reed because Chris Sullins made the move to daytime today.
Yep.
I don't know. Will we ever get him back at night? I don't know.
I think so because I think the lack of OT.
Yes.
And a little bit more freedom.
Yeah,
there.
I think he does like the OT portion of it. I also think the fact that as he mentioned on the show and Raven also too, they got the day jobs.
Yeah,
they got to go. They got to go to work, and he flew out of here right at 9 a.m. You could tell he had the leg was bouncing that last segment. You could tell he had somewhere to be and he needed to be there quick. So yeah, I think we might be able to keep him on there. I will say this, and it's going to just tie in right to the Wednesday Simmons random gripe. He called me out for stealing segments, and he hits. Sullins just used an hour. He just had an hour full of barbs and trash talk and all that, and then decides to go use it on Town Talk, and then it's like, hey man, what are we gonna have at 5 o'clock? I will say this much: he will regroup. He will have plenty. He'll have plenty ready and left in the tank by the time we get there this afternoon. But yeah, I didn't appreciate that, man. I was like, hey, you're gonna call me out saying the Simmons Says show burns through all these topics, but then you're going to be burning through topics in the midst of Town Talk?
I will say this. You may bring up the topic here, but you're able to expand upon the topic on Sports Authority.
Exactly. I mean, there's definitely going to be a few topics that we've probably hit on this week, especially the Geno versus Pat Summit one, where people got riled up when we shared that up on Facebook. That I'm sure Sullins is going to have some definitive thoughts of, and I don't blame him. In fact, we're going to have to hit on that a little bit more. But yeah, my gripe is, hey, don't gripe about me, and then do the exact same thing. I mean, come on now, don't we? Everybody hates when people do that. I think. Yeah. I don't know, Connor. You might not. You thrive in that.
I thrive in pessimism and anarchy.
Yeah. Folks, I really appreciate everybody being here. And there were some things that were said on there. I really think that here's the problem that happened for Raven, in my opinion.
Play-by-play.
She went through and she wanted to hammer Sullins on the view count from last week.
Yep.
And Sullins hit her with the turbo boost.
Yep.
And that got her to back off of it a little bit. But B, when he unloaded the view, the
watch time,
I think it's got her staggered because I don't think she had the number. She didn't have the numbers to come back at him. And I will say this much. She doesn't have those numbers to come back at him because I've seen the numbers and there's no –
she keeps forgetting that everybody has access to the numbers.
I was like, well, I mean, the thing about it was I think it was one of those like, oh, we're going to take it on Sullins. Like, hey, you're not going just at Sullins. You're going at me and Trev too. Well, we're on the Sports Authority. We're all on the billboard.
I think he threw both Raven and Justin off when he came in bearing gifts.
Oh.
Too.
Okay.
They're like, oh, he's going to be nice.
You think he's going to bring me a drink this afternoon? Maybe Trev one? Did he get you? Did he at least get you a Monster?
Yeah, he got me a Monster.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh. Was it your kind of brand? Your kind of jam?
I drink anything with caffeine in it.
I figured.
I've been out of drinks, so I have BC powder.
Well, hey, man, I tell you, I doubt that Sullins will be coming in with the drinks tonight, but he will be coming in with more hot takes, and he's got. I think the rant topic to tease it a little bit more. Here's what's up going on with people. If you've seen the rant that he's going to rant on, what might have been the best rant that I've seen on Facebook in a long time, that I think I even got tagged in last night. There's a local man in the community who does not like that water keeps coming onto his property, and he cut, as Sullins put it, he cut a WWE promo on Facebook last night.
Like a video promo?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes. I
Lord.
watched every second of it. It was amazing. I don't know. So I'm very curious to see how Sullins ends up shaping his rant based on that rant, because it was, like I said, it was, as Sullins puts out, it was entertaining. Was it informational? Perhaps. Was it accurate? I'm not a fact checker on that topic yet, but if we have to be a fact checker on it, I don't mind looking into it. It was very entertaining, and I know Sullins going there. So if you want to see more on that topic, you're going to want to tune in on the Warren County Sports Authority show tonight at 5 p.m. on WBMC 97.7 FM. And I'll tell you right now, the other things where you can tune in on it, the WBMC app. You can catch us on Facebook Live on the radio show. And then, Drew Walker, where's the link to this promo? Sounds intriguing. Drew, I'll send you a direct message.
Is there anything against us actually playing some of it on the radio?
I think we'll talk about that. Maybe if we have the ability to do that, we'll save that for the Warren County Sports Authority show tonight. And maybe
that's what I was saying. Yeah. Like tonight can.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I'm sure there's some. Hey, I'll tell you this much: the guy who was cutting it wants everybody to see it, so I don't think he's going to care.
Do you think we should also load in some Macho Man Randy Savage sound effects?
The cream of the crop. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love that. Absolutely. Hey, we didn't have a really good random gripe this week, but we did have the fact that am I calling Sullins hypocritical when I say that he criticized me for something that he did himself? I think that's what I'm calling him.
That would probably be the most apt word. But
Yep. Oh, Sullins has said it. He said, "Hey, he asked people to share. Chop it up. Be ready." Okay. Hey, I'm with it. All right. When we come back, we're going to have Bryant Ralph and Mickey Ralph in here. We're going to talk some 5K, some Oak Barrel marathons, and we might have to make the drastic announcement of maybe my shifting time schedule for my 5K. I know people are going to call me a lot of names when we come out of the break.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage. Moving your past to your future.
Come by Coffee Bank and Trust today and start earning better interest and better cash back on your primary checking account. Pair it with our Better Together Saver account and maximize your earnings. If you want better rates and better returns on your money, stop by and see us today at Coffee Bank and Trust, a division of Coffee County Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Chris from Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison. In the market for a new truck? We have a huge inventory of new Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks. Whether you need power for off-road adventures or reliability for work, we've got you covered. We offer great value and customer satisfaction that can't be beat. Our store is also the recipient of the 2023 Ford President's Award. It's no wonder folks say it's worth the drive to Highway 55. Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison or online at reddickbrownford.com.
Experience the difference at Las Trojas Cantina Mexican Restaurant. Distinctive Mexican cuisine with Cinco 6 to 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. With Taco Tuesdays, $1.99 street tacos, and 2-for-1 beer specials every day at all draft and bottled beer from 8 p.m. to close. Home of the Margarona. Las Trojas Cantina, across from Ascension St. Thomas on Sparta Street. Open every day and Sundays.
Why won't this work?
Don't lose your cool. Call Black's Heating and Air for a preseason check-in service on your central air conditioning system. It can increase the life and dependability of your unit while reducing the chances of a very sticky situation.
Unbelievable!
Get that air conditioner checked now.
This is Benny Black.
And this is Seth Black with Black's Heating and Air.
Call today, 931-668-0785.
Benny's slogan at Black's Heating and Air is, once you've had Black, you won't go back.
Mention this ad and you can get a discount.
Warehouse Discount Grocery serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Preferred Angus T-bone steaks family pack, $8.99 a pound. Fresh 73% lean ground beef family pack, $3.49 a pound. Martha White self-rising flour or cornmeal 5-pound bag, $2.99. Be sure to check out the full-service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve. Open 7 days a week at 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries, or WDG.
Need a pick-me-up? Start your day at the Cafe at Tree City. Open daily from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. They serve rich, bold espresso, pulled to perfection. Pair it with one of their delicious treats for the perfect combo.
Their skilled baristas are passionate about crafting your perfect cup, whether it's a classic latte or a refreshing cold brew. They've got your coffee cravings covered.
Short on time? Order ahead for quick pickup or curbside delivery. Your fresh coffee is just a sip away.
The Cafe at Tree City, your go-to spot for expertly crafted espresso drinks. Wake up, sip up, enjoy.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says radio show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Connor, you're just teeing me up with that comment because you're letting everybody know that my legs aren't working like they need to.
No, they're not.
They're not absolutely not. Yeah, thank you.
I'll save it.
Well, first, before we get into that topic, we want to do two things. First, we want to thank our sponsor, Douglas & Lanier. Hey, Simmons Says is brought to you by Douglas & Lanier Agency, your hometown insurance experts from home and auto to business and life. They've got you covered. Call or visit dnlagency.com today and experience service that goes beyond expectations. 811 Faulkner Springs Road, 931-474-0044. That is Douglas & Lanier. Also, the second thing I want to do is I want to welcome in our guest, Bryant, Mickey, the Ralphs, the running Ralphs, the fam. Guys, thank y'all so much for being here. And y'all can join in on the teasing if y'all want to, because I do have to make an announcement to the Simmons Says fans that's going to give me some razzing. We were at the soccer match on was that Monday night?
Monday.
Which
yep.
Hey, congratulations, got a big
Thank
win,
you.
9-0. And there was people in the crowd saying, "Hey, keep hearing about this 5K you're doing. When is it?" I said, "Hey, it's in June." To which one of our parents says, "Hey, you're busy all of June. We got basketball camps." I was like, "Yeah, but we don't go to basketball camps that are on the weekend, except for one." Which just so happens to be the 6th and the 7th in Johnson City at ETSU, which is the exact same weekend of the Tunnels to Towers. And I know everybody's going to say, skip it and run the Tunnels to Towers. I want to support the Tunnels to Towers as much as I can. I want everybody to get in that event. I want them to run it. I'll sign up. They get my registration, whatever. Mickey, you know this as well as anybody. and because I've had the pleasure of coaching your daughter for the last few years, the girls come first.
Girls come first.
The girls are going to come first. So I will be at that camp. So I probably will not be at the Tunnels of Towers. That being said, I'll just postpone it, and I'll do the 5K at the 4th of July for the downtown fun run. But either way, I'm going to run one.
You're going after the Danny Stubblefield Memorial Trophy.
Yes, I love it. I think I could do that. Yeah. So if that might be, we'll look at the schedule, see make sure if I have the ability to do the Tunnels of Towers because we don't play on that Saturday, that I'll be there. If I can't, then I'm going to have to just do the 5K. But I will be doing a 5K this summer. And in fact, it's kind of why I got the guys here. I need to know how to run, and y'all figured this out really, really easily because, Bryant, you and Mickey went and ran the half barrel this weekend.
We did.
Who ran faster between y'all two?
I believe it was me.
That would be him.
So, I mean, y'all go up there. This is in Lynchburg. First and second, respectively, in your divisions. Correct. Who had first in their division?
The old man.
So you got first in your division, but you got second in your family.
That's right. That's the bigger title. But, I'm proud of Bryant. That's the thing. You want to see your kids do a little bit better than you in life. And right now we're into running. And, I couldn't be more proud of him as a person, Britton as a person, Kendall. They're just great. But the success he achieved on Saturday was just phenomenal. And I couldn't be more proud.
Well, were you? How quickly did he run away from you, or were y'all pretty much pacing each other, and then all of a sudden he pulled away? Brian, what happened?
Tell the story.
All right, it was about mile 4.5, and I was struggling a little bit. I was telling him to go ahead and leave me because I thought he was stronger than me. Mm-hmm. And then, I looked back, and he was way back there. Right about that time, I told him to leave me.
So in Lynchburg, there's a famous hill at mile 4.5. It's called Whiskey Hill. It's got its own Facebook page if you want to look it up. It's ridiculous. I don't know the grade. We need a trucker to tell us the grade of the hill. But anyway, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Sullivan probably does know it. He's probably ran it. But Bryant looked back and he said, go, 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 because I was very trained. But the heat, the wind was just brutal, and it destroyed an old man like me. And Bryant's legs and just athleticism took over. And I couldn't reel him back in. I was trying. I could see him in my sights, but I could not reel him back in. So he's got the family crown back, and I'm just proud of him.
Yeah. So mile 4.5. So you okie doked him. Really is what happened.
I was telling him to leave me.
But you knew the whole time that if he left you, it was going to zap his legs, and you were going to catch him back up.
Yeah.
So when did you overtake him? When he left you at 4.5, about 7 or 8, you just.
Oh no, he never left me at 4.5. I actually left him.
Oh,
yeah.
I took the lead for about 3 steps.
Yeah,
and that was it.
About it.
That was it.
And then you said, "No, this isn't going to go. I got to go with it."
Yeah.
And I'll bellyache just for a minute. But everybody me and him, we were at the starting line. He's like, "All right, what's our plan? What's our plan? What's our plan?" And it was literally 30 seconds before we took off. And I'm like, I don't know, because it was so bad. The wind was 15 miles an hour right at your nose, and 72 degrees at start time, hottest ever on record. So it was pure survival for an old man like me. But again, he's great. I give him all the credit.
How many people were in this race in Lynchburg past weekend?
I think there was about 1,750 maybe.
1,700?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was when you said 17 to start, I'm like, oh well, y'all going first and second doesn't look that great anymore. 1,700 people were running in this race.
Yep.
Man, there's a lot of people that like running.
There is.
And there was a lot of locals that were there, too.
There were. A big shout-out to Monica Moore and the work that she does over at Mad Cow. All the cows. There's a couple bulls over there, but there's a lot of cows. Just a great group. If there's a Mount Rushmore of McMinnville, Warren County running, I told her this the other day, she deserves to be on it just for what she's done in the last 5 years. It's phenomenal. She's taken McMinnville local running way up. Yep. Way up.
We had her on last week and got to talk to her. I think I got inducted as an honorary member of the herd, and I don't think I've officially accepted my invitation to that one yet. But we'll
You're the lone bison, Jeff.
in a field full of cow and bulls, I'm the bison.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this much. You just said something that intrigues me. A plan. When you say that, you, Bryant, when you're running you run half marathons, you run 5Ks. I'm assuming you've probably done a marathon at some point.
Yes.
When you say that you got to have a plan, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so you have to have a plan to build your legs, your heart and lungs. I mean, there's about 4 different systems in your body that you're building up. A lot of these young guys his age, some of the the athletes at the high school and Boyd High School, they can go out and they could do a 5K, but they're not going to do their best 5K because they're not trained up for it. A 5K, 3.1 miles, is a long distance. It's not a 100-meter dash. You've got to be able to hold a certain level for a certain length of time, and you have to train in very specific ways. I planned that out for him. He's doing all his speed work on the soccer field, on the tennis court. He's getting his quick twitch muscles. I have to develop his slow twitch muscles on the other days when he does have an off day, which is very seldom. Like last night, I told him after his tennis match, I was like, by the way, you got to run 7 miles tomorrow before church. He's like, oh, that was but you have to train your slow twitch fibers. He's getting plenty of fast twitch now. We got to train his slow twitch. Got to build him up. Where me, I'm just all slow. I can hold a slow speed now forever. Yeah, but he's fast.
Brian, where have you started? When did you start developing kind of the mindset of being a runner? Because I mean, you're a Ralph, so you were probably running it. I don't know, 1, 2. Yeah. But when did you really get into the racing mindset?
I mean, like you said, I've been running my whole life, but it was about 2 or 3 years ago I actually started finally getting at it like I should, and it's really helped.
And I would say, what's the biggest change that has happened for you, other than I'm assuming your time started going down, or from being a go out there and just run to being a strategic runner?
A lot of sore legs and a lot less free time. That's about it.
You're making a ringing endorsement for people to pick up running.
You have to enjoy one of my good running friends. You have to enjoy the suffer, and it's a weird mindset. You do, and it's a wrestling mindset also. Brian on the wrestling team, Boyd had a wrestling team first time ever. You have to be able to think when your mind is not able to think, and you have to be able to do this, don't get hit by that car. What's that person? You got to be able to think when your blood sugar is dropping and you can't breathe. Same with wrestling. You got to be able to think when you're somebody's squeezing your head and you're upside down. You got to be able to think in different and register a good thought at weird times.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by everybody talking about the runner's high type, that vibe that you get. I mean, have you ever experienced that? Because I did have I've referenced this a couple of times. About 10, 11 years ago, I did start running a lot. And I always told people, they're like, oh, don't worry, you'll get that runner's high. And I'm like, when? Because I was like, I've been doing this for 8 months. And I was like, I run, but I never am like, man, I've like you said, you got to embrace, you just kind of enjoy the suffering for it. But you're also thinking, oh, at some point you're going to have that happen. Has it happened for you, and what's the feeling like?
Oh, yeah, it definitely happened this past Saturday. It's just you run for so long, you just kind of go crazy. It's weird.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't take long to fall back off of it, and then you feel down.
His blood sugar dropped Saturday. He's not diabetic or anything, but that's something that runners do when you deplete your body so much, so hard, so fast, and that heat. He got what we refer to as he bonked a little bit, bottomed out. So he got the good high, and then he got the low bad. And I was holding on to him, and he's like, I can't really see. I'm like, yeah, you'll just ride it out. You'll be okay.
Don't worry, I'm guiding you.
I've been there.
You don't have to be able to see to run.
Yeah, we've been there, and he was getting fed chocolate milk, and we were eating and trying to get some food back in the system. But it's just part of it. But I'll back up and tell you a little backstory. So a year and a half ago, when I realized he was ready, we got him trained up a little bit more, coming right off of cross country season. Another Boyd sport.
Oh, we're going to get into all the Boyd sports before it's all said and done, yeah.
So we finished up cross country season, and Connor Andrews, Bryant, I said, let's do this as a team, as a reward. We entered the Cookeville Haunted Half Marathon a year and a half ago. Well, I come up gimpy right before the race. So I was just support staff for one of the few times in my running career. I was his support staff. He finished his first half marathon all by himself. Then we set the goal last year at Oak Barrel to run it together. Again, I'm still trying to recover from a knee injury. So this year was our first time actually throwing down together. Well, last year at Cookeville, we got to throw down together. He beat me last year. He finished third overall at Cookeville. Yeah. I finished fourth overall. This is a much deeper, much harder race, much more talented race. 1,700 people. This is one of those races you have to, when you wake up on Sunday morning, the second Sunday in October, you have to register before church or you don't get in.
Wow.
It sells out.
Wow.
So, but the people at Oak Barrel, they're amazing. Great group.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. I mean, when you said 1,750, that kind of I knew that it was a big race, but I didn't know it was like, hey, this is as premieres as it gets. But hey, we have some other ones around town that we're going to talk about when we come back off a break. Hey, I want to make sure we say Simmons Says is brought to you by Douglas & Lanier Agency, where local businesses turn for serious protection. The team of agents at Douglas & Lanier understand what it takes to keep your business covered. Smart coverage, straight talk. That's Douglas & Lanier, 474-0044. When we come back, we're going to talk about all the local races and which one's Bryant's going to win before it's all said and done.
Over till another year. Well, what is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking hold of me? Well, I am death, none can accept.
Talk Radio, WBMC News is next.
It's auction time in Tennessee. On April 19th at 10 a.m., we'll be at 380 Browntown Road near Morrison, Tennessee, selling farm equipment and old vehicles for the Frankie Gilbert estate. We will sell a 1586 International tractor, a Rhino 2150 15-foot rotary cutter, a gooseneck flatbed trailer, a 1963 GMC flatbed, a 1957 Ford Fairlane, gates, hay rings, and much more. For more info, visit dmsimpson.com or give us a call at 473-LAND.
In the Main Street Journal news, the Warren County Memorial Airport Commission voted 6-0 with one abstention to raise hangar rent by 3% during its meeting. The increase proposed by Chairman Jason Cripps was lower than the 8% suggested by Airport Director Jim Dyer. The commission also discussed raising rent for newcomers and increasing prices after hangar improvements are made. Past rent increases have been 5% or based on the cost of living. Commissioner Brent Henley abstained, expressing concerns about the impact on pilots. Voting in favor of the increase were Cripps, County Executive Terry Bell, Vice Chairman Kevin Huskenveld, Commissioners Brad Hillis, Kelly Bassham, and Scott Rubley. In other news, Fire Chief Kendall Mayfield retires after 40 years, effective May 1st, due to health reasons, with a celebration set for May the 2nd at Station 1. Subscribe to www.mainstreetjournal.llc for more info. With the news, I'm Justin Reed.
If you're looking for Tennessee nature, a place to get active, then see McMinnville Parks and Recreation. With so many choices, you'll be sure to fit that active lifestyle. From biking, walking trails by the river, swimming at the Gilly Pool, movies in the park under the stars, youth baseball, basketball, and softball. Something for everyone. McMinnville Parks and Recreation. For more information, call 931-473-1212.
Today, there's going to be widespread frost before 8 a.m. Otherwise, sunny skies with a high near 66. Calm wind becoming south around 5 miles per hour this afternoon. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers after 1 a.m., increasing clouds with a low around 50, south wind around 5 miles per hour. Fun fact. Did you know frost can form even on clear, sunny days if the ground cools quickly enough overnight, leading to a beautiful but chilly morning surprise? Until next time, keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says radio program here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Was that some Legs by ZZ Top?
That was Legs by ZZ Top.
That's what I thought. Yeah, man.
He's played Death and Legs. So
yeah. I think he's trying to play up the running aspect of this, but I think the Legs. I mean, I'm waiting for some Jackson Brown before it's all said and done. Maybe some Running on Empty. All the others.
I've already played all the other songs. I didn't think about Running on Empty.
Yeah, right. Running on Empty's like my speed.
I was about to say your constant way of life.
Yeah, constant way of life. That would be the way to say it. Hey, we want to make sure we thank our sponsors, Reddick Brown Ford, where service meets you and your time comes first. Go on to to the website and schedule your service today and let Jordan, the service manager, and the fine team take care of your vehicle. RedditBrownFord.com. You can also visit them at 5917 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Just a natural, man. Just natural. All right, before we went to break, tease this. You went to Lynchburg. You've run in Cookeville. I mean, Bryant, you run when y'all are doing the Boyd season. Where y'all have very specific like Mondays where y'all go run. Is it the same place every time?
Yeah, it's at the Hermitage every week.
So you've run at the Hermitage. Now, Mickey, you've run probably in some crazy places.
Some crazy places, yeah.
Yeah.
Not been privileged to run at the Hermitage. That'd be pretty cool to run around Andrew Jackson's home, but I'll leave that to the 5K cross country team.
Have you done the big marathons before?
I have. I've done Nashville, Chickamauga, the Battlefield Marathon. That's pretty cool. Trying to think. Oh, Louisville. I did Louisville. Forgot about Louisville. That's my fastest time was Louisville.
Louisville?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Was it because you felt like you were in Kentucky and you start running like a horse?
I felt like a thoroughbred. I felt great. No, it just everything worked out. It was cool, and everything worked out. Not too hilly. Everything worked out good. And being trained up, you got to be trained for a half marathon or a marathon. You got to be trained up.
No. So he was ready to go on that one. But what we were talking about is many of these races that happen outside races in Warren County that everybody's going to be excited about. I think we got one coming up very soon with the Cave and Cow. All right, I always mess this up. Monica Moore's going to correct me again, but they're having one out at the Caverns, and that one's also I think brought to you kind of by Mad Cow and the Cumberland Caverns. We also teased about and talked about the Tunnels and Towers, which is coming up in June, and then of course you've got the Downtown 5K that's on July 4th. How many of these do you two usually participate in? And how many of y'all already got some first place trophies from?
So he's got a few first places for the 5K Vola. How many?
3.
He's got 3.
I didn't mention the Viola one. Yeah.
I've got a couple titles from the Viola half marathon. I never, as many times as I did it, probably close to 20 times now, I've never won the 4th of July Downtown 5K. There was a gentleman named Danny Stubblefield when I was Bryant's age that was running. And then I got the joy and privilege of getting to meet him and getting to know him. Worked with him at a place called Ponderosa.
Oh, yeah.
And he was amazing. And he's gone now, but he was an amazing guy and amazing runner. He is definitely on that Mount Rushmore that I like to talk about of Warren County. He's the man. That's why the trophy's named after him. But I never won. I did finish second to him one time, and I'll tell this real quick story. I was coming, it's when we used to run to the Civic Center back around. I was coming down towards Hardee's and getting ready to make the loop and come right back to downtown. And Danny Stubblefield walks out of the Hardee's parking lot with a donut or a biscuit or something. And he looks at me dead in the eye and he says, "Oh, no." And then he took off. He beat me by at least 100 yards. He was amazing.
So he had such a big lead that he had stopped at Hardee's, got a biscuit, and then realized, oh, man, I still have to take this serious.
That is a true story. I don't know that he went in and bought the biscuit or somebody handed him the biscuit. Knowing Danny, somebody pulled him over, stopped and talked to him, his brother Jonathan maybe, but I don't know. But that is a true story.
Yeah. Hey, Chris Cope also wants to remind that Sprints for Specials 5K and 10K on April 26th.
That's coming up soon.
Thank you, Chris Cope. Yeah, I'm telling you, there are so many races locally and so many chances for people to not only get into this run, getting into the local running, get into this community of people that are running, and also just help good causes.
Absolutely.
I mean, Sprints for Specials, obviously, a very good cause there. Viola, 5K and half marathon, downtown. I would say, Brian, which one has been so far, maybe locally, your favorite one to run?
Definitely Viola, since I've won it 3 times. Hopefully 4 this year.
Is there something about the course that just fits you really, really well, or is it just?
It's just a straight line. It's pretty easy course. A couple hills, but other than that, it's fun.
When did you first win it? I mean, you said you've won it 3 times. How old were you when you won your first division?
It might have been
COVID year, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2019 maybe, a year before COVID.
Yeah. Okay. When we say that you won it, did you win the whole race or did you win your division in the race?
The whole race.
You won the overall 5K.
Yep.
Man, well, you would have been 13 when you won it the first time.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. I think that's a great idea for Jeff to run that and the Stars and Stripes. Man, Thanks, Radio BMC for
Yeah, I don't know who put that.
People just continue to try to sign me up for 5Ks, including one that's happening in 3 weeks. Yeah, I think I'd definitely be ready for a 5K. I got Mickey here, and I want to ask him this. Realistically, for someone who hasn't done much running at all or even much conditioning at all, what would be a realistic time frame for them to be ready to race? And when by somebody, I mean me.
2 months of training, you could go out and do a 5K.
Yep.
It's not going to be your best time.
No.
But you could go out and do a 5K. And the thing about it is you're racing yourself in any race. Saturday, me and him had a plan. The goal 4 months ago, medal or place in our age group. Go out and do your 5K, set a time and go after it, whether that's a 36. For a beginner, 36 is not bad. I mean, that's running 312s and a little bit, down that last 1/10. And then, okay, my next race, I'm going for a 32. Just whittle it down.
Wow.
Whittle it down.
We were setting 45. Now he's moving the bar to 36.
Yeah, set the bar high. Set the bar high.
I think Mickey. This is where Mickey the coach is coming out on it in him, because Mickey just spent this whole winter revitalizing, or I wouldn't even say revitalizing, creating the Boyd Wrestling program, of which, Bryant, you were a active participant in that. How much fun was that? I mean, and also, how much of the same training and mindset aspects would come into running and wrestling?
A lot of the same mindsets. But if we're going to mention wrestling, I got to mention two people. First, I got to mention Tim Page. Tim Page put the paper out. He said, all right, what sports do we want to see here at Boyd? Wrestling was the number one that we didn't have. I got to mention Brandon Wingate. If it hadn't have been for Brandon Wingate, and I hope you're listening, and if not, I can't tell you how much I appreciate what he did. My dynamic at work changed drastically from the time that I agreed to coach the wrestling team to the actual start of the wrestling season. Brandon Wingate stepped up huge. Carried us to places that we couldn't have got. It's a dream come true for me, because as being on the first team ever Warren County history way back in the 90s, getting to see my son do that, it was tremendous. And doing it with Boyd colors on. I mean, we had the blue and the orange. I don't love orange, but I love Boyd orange. If you know me, you know that. But just an amazing. Brian, I want to ask you, though, and I told you before the wrestling season started, I said it's like winning a 5K when you pin somebody. What's the better feeling?
Ooh, it's probably pinning somebody.
Pinning somebody? Because there's nothing like standing over a top of somebody that's your age and your size and your relative strength and going, I just beat you.
It's one-on-one.
It's one-on-one.
One-on-one, not one versus 1,500.
Yep.
When it comes to that. And, how quickly did you get that first win? I mean, it seemed like within the first couple of events that you were out there.
I think it might have been my second or third match. It was in our first tournament that we went to.
And you were a part of the first program at Boyd. But is this your first time wrestling, or did you have a little bit of back?
I went to maybe one or two camps.
Yeah.
Way back.
So was it you pushing kind of this, or was it Dad saying, "Hey, I really think you'd enjoy this, so if we can get this happening," or was it a little bit of both?
He's been pushing me to try wrestling whole life.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to, but this past year I really kind of wanted to try it, and so it was fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had your win. You had a free winner. It's like, hey, I got to be doing something. I mean, at the end of the day, do you think that it's even helped your running from the wrestling training?
Yeah, it's definitely helped with conditioning a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same conditioning and healthy eating and stuff like that.
So it just almost puts you on a 365 schedule of always being in good shape and healthy.
Yep.
Man, I know the Ralph family. I don't think y'all are ever in what is a cheat meal for the Ralph family?
A Dr. Pepper for one.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friends at Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
A Dr. Pepper. You did finally bust out one. He tried your first one in 8 months the other day, and if he hadn't have been for me, he probably wouldn't have given in. But I pushed him. I'm like, drink a Dr. Pepper. You deserve it, and he did. He tried the raspberries and cream.
I think it's blackberry.
Blackberry.
I don't know.
So that's it, though. What's the food that comes with the Dr. Pepper? Because
we did get a mini blizzard, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got a mini from DQ. Our friends over at DQ.
Connor, you want to weigh in on this right now? This is almost blowing me away more than like the Slatin ACT score. The cheat meal is a mini blizzard and a Dr. Pepper.
At least the Dr. Pepper's daily for me.
Oh, yeah.
And then Like my cheat meal is like, it's not even like a healthy cheat.
No.
It's just like,
no, like the left side of the menu at McDonald's or something. Yeah. Not even, it's like not one thing. It's like 12 things.
Like I'm doing good if I eat Brussels sprouts once a week.
Yeah. Hey, are you going to eat that whole large pizza on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am going to.
But that's one good thing. If you do pick up running and start running every day, you can eat a little more volume.
Okay.
A lot of volume, because then you have to, fill your tank back up because you totally deplete the tank. I mean, I burned 1,200 calories already this morning before breakfast, so you can refuel.
To burn 1,100 calories, how much did you run before breakfast?
8 miles.
Yeah, you got this, Jeff.
That is it. I'm telling you, man.
Just take a shower before you come in the studio, though.
I'll try to do that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Boyd Athletics and the things that have been happening over at Boyd and how it continues to grow week to week. But I want to make sure we thank our sponsors. Hey, if you're in a market for the vehicle, make the short drive to 55 to Morrison. And visit Reddit Brown, which has the largest selection and best prices of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. 5917 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Chris, the general manager out there, he'll make sure that Reddit Brown is the place where business is done and in the simple way. We'll be back with the Simmons Says program.
Big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry. Big girls, they don't cry.
Big savings, short month.
Now is the time to buy at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Get in the new Ford you've been dreaming of. A 2024 Ford Escape, $7,000 off MSRP, just $24,985 after rebate.
Make your escape with the SUV to carry the family and all the necessities: clothes, sports equipment, groceries.
Test drive a new Ford Bronco at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Power to get the work done. And right now, get up to $19,200 off MSRP. Several Broncos in stock now.
The Ford F-150 is tough, always has been, always will be. Your 2024 F-150 is waiting at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Save $8,550 off MSRP right now.
Talk about power. Talk about luxury. The Ford Expedition and Expedition Max combines them both. $12,000 off MSRP.
Big savings, short month.
And the clock's ticking, so get to Ed Rogers Valley Ford right now. 111 Auto Lane in Sparta. Or view all the current inventory at EdRogersValleyFord.com.
Big savings now.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Brian Kell here to talk about Ben Lomond Connect's Managed IT. We need to
we need to tell them about how we can set up a robust network.
Okay, Michael Lawrence. We also
need to talk to them about how we can do security awareness training.
I was going to mention that.
Also, folks need to understand that cloud backup is essential.
At Ben Lomond Connect,
we can handle all your IT needs or just a case-by-case basis.
I think you've said it all.
Great. For more information on Ben Lomond's Managed IT service, go to benlomondconnect.com or call your local office.
Who manages you?
WBMC and translator W249DQ McMinnville. WBMC.
I see. You do take requests every now and then. It's a little Jackson Brown getting the stars. Running on empty. But we are not running. We might be running out of time, but we're not running on empty. We still got plenty to talk about with Mickey Ralph and Bryant Ralph here. Before we do, we'll make sure I thank our sponsors. Hey, right this week over there at the cafe at Tree City, over on 809 Sparta Street, they have a great deal running. If you buy a peach cobbler, a blackberry cobbler, or a cherry cobbler, you can get a free 12-ounce cup of drip coffee freshly brewed with beans from the Rusty Bucket, a local McMinnville roaster. So get you some cobbler, get you your free coffee, have a good time over there at 809 Sparta Street, the cafe at Tree City. Now, we were talking cheat meals before, and y'all were talking about Dr. Peppers and mini blizzards. Is coffee on the list? Does coffee make the list of occasional?
I think it does, yeah, occasionally.
Occasionally get a cup of coffee. Mick, you ever do much coffee?
Maybe once a month.
About once a month? Well, hey, I tell you what, right now, the cafe at Tree City would be a good place to check it out, see what they got. I mean, hey, lattes, refreshing cold brews, bold espresso, always a good
Do they
time.
offer a white chocolate mocha?
That'd be a great idea.
That's my poison.
White chocolate mocha. I will see if I can confirm that for you, and if I do, then that's going to have to be your drink this month. We'll have to go over there. All right. Before we went to break, we were talking about Boyd athletics and what has started to transpire over there on Morrison Street. Which, again, like I said, I think Tim Page has mentioned this on there before, and people talk about Warren County sports, and then it's like, oh yeah, you got to go to the high school, go to the high school. So hey, there's also a second high school, and that address is in Warren County. Last I checked. It's McMinnville, Tennessee, over there on Morrison Street. And we have somebody that is almost a perfect representation of how everything has grown. Are you eating in there with your mic on, buddy?
He's crunching some of those coffee beans.
Did anybody else hear? I could hear
My
that.
bad.
Over here selling Boyd's athletics, and all I hear is...
Sorry, I had eating a mint.
That's kind of like Elaine stopping for a juji fruit before the surgery.
Yes, I get that reference. Bryant, you watch Seinfeld at all?
No.
All right. But no, hey, Bryant Ralph is you're almost a perfect representation of how Boyd athletics has grown tremendously. I mean, even in your time at Boyd, because now you're a four sport athlete.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're fall cross country, which you're pretty good at.
Oh, cross country and golf.
Cross country and golf. So five. Sorry, my apologies. A 5-sport athlete at Boyd. You're golf and cross country in the fall.
Yep.
Wrestling in the winter, and then in the spring now you're tennis
and soccer.
And soccer.
Yep.
And of course, the soccer team won 9-0 on Monday, and Tuesday you had a match. I'm assuming you had a tennis match.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd y'all play?
It was Watertown.
Watertown. How'd you do?
I lost both of my matches.
Compete though?
Yeah.
One went to a tiebreaker. Your singles match went to a tiebreaker.
It was rough.
Yeah. But in that aspect, all those sports are now being offered at Boyd. Mickey, you're on the board at Boyd. How much has athletics helped grow Boyd a little bit in the last year? Because I listened to Donna Newby. She was talking about how there's Principal Donna Newby, and I think Friday went really, really well with the spring festival and raising a lot of money for the school. The school's growing.
Yes.
And sports with that are growing, and I think it seems like those are probably going hand to hand right now.
They do, and our goal as a school, as a board, we try to grow the school academically, athletically, spiritually, all those things at one time. Yep. And we also know that kids are going to come to play sports. Yep. We know that. I mean, that's how it is. The more sports we can offer, hopefully the more kids we can get into the school. Governor Bill Lee is, sponsoring this scholarship program that's going to be in effect this fall. Look it up if you're not sure what I'm talking about. School choice voucher program. Maybe that, hopefully, we can get 10, 20, maybe even 30 kids to Boyd through that program. And the more sports we can offer, we know we can get more kids. Our goal is to spread the word of God through that. And that's our primary function, and to educate them. It's top-line education. Thankfully, Bryant is a whole lot smarter than me. He's already knocking ACT's scores out of the park. He's doing great. His sister's doing great. Kendall's doing great. We're on the right path there. We're on the right path. We are growing. 172 kids last time I checked. Last update we had. So we're growing. We're doing good things over there.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I think the registration has begun for the 2025.
Early registration is on. If you want to come check it out, schedule an appointment with Donna. Come tour the school. Check us out. See what our girls basketball team, and all credit to you, Tim. That's the driving force. I mean, that's the girls basketball team, the boys basketball team. I mean, they put on a show. We got it going on over there. Come to a game, and man, it's like the Bulls in '92 all over again. I mean, I'm looking around, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's just great. Great atmosphere.
Yeah, I got the intros and all that. There's somebody on the mic during the middle of the game. I should tell this story. You started doing some of the commentary, just the announcing, just doing the PA work in the middle of the game this year. And you started from the very start of the game, or the very start of the season. I think we were in like game 5 or 6, and I hear Macy Bush, who hit a lot of shots this year.
Macy, big shot, Bush.
And I look around. I'm sitting on the bench. And I'm like, who said that? And they're like, it's Mickey. I was like, when did he start doing that? He's like, he's been doing it for 5 games, Jeff. And I was like, oh, I mean, you sit behind me. You know, I don't.
You're focused.
I'm not. I have no idea what's going on. Anything else other than hearing my voice, Tim, or talking to the kids. So, but that did crack me up. I was like, where did Big Shot Bush come from? And then I look at Mickey's just grinning ear to ear. And I was like, oh. Well,
and my phone is blowing up the entire game. But what it is I get my phone out and they're like, play Thunderstruck. They think I'm the DJ. I'm like, I'm not.
He's not the DJ. The DJ's on the other side.
Yeah.
Like,
man.
Yeah. Sabrina Wanamaker says y'all have a fantastic basketball team. Thank you so much. I really, it's all the girls. The girls just do a great job. And in fact, one of those girls is responsible for the phone case that I still have right now. If people can see.
My.
Yeah.
Is that Nick Cage?
That is Nick Cage, and I get a lot of teasing for it. But Britt Ralph gave me that for Christmas.
I was going to guess Kelly Bush. But
No.
Britton Ralph.
That you know her?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Again, we want to talk a little before we get off the show. Not only has Boyd added all these sports, continue to add sports. What do you think's you've been in some of the meetings, some of the things going on. What do you think is in store for the school? I mean, a lot of it's chicken or the egg. What do you want to play? We'll get it happen for you. But what do you think? What are you most excited about seeing come up?
I guess I'm a little partial to the programs that I'm involved in, the cross country. I've got some new things involved. We got at least one night race. Thanks to Jasmine Prater, we're going to have a night race this year that's going to be on the schedule.
Awesome.
I hope the wrestling team has as much success as we did last year. So I'm very partial to those things. Girls basketball, phenomenal. Boys basketball, and I love these kids. I've seen so many of them grow up through pre-K. I hope for a big senior year for Brian, of course. That's my main focus.
Brian, you're in the school, you're in the building. You hear what people are talking about. What do you think in the school people are most getting excited about?
I've heard a lot of football talk, but I think they've come to the conclusion that we're not going to have a big football team. So now I'm hearing a lot of flag football.
So for a little flag football?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think one or both of those would be really nice. I mean, yeah. I've been watching the Lady Pioneers play flag football. Was there the last couple of nights, and I think that's really been a fun time for those kids. And I think there's kids at Boyd that also want to jump on that. So I think you're right on the right track. That I think flag football will be one of the quickest things. And I think we're closing in on probably at the very least the middle school program having a baseball team.
I think we can get there
very soon. In fact, I think that might be next season by the time they're there. And I think it's just – and you know this as well as I do. You start growing in at the middle school level, it'll carry you into the high school.
You got to have
level.
A feeder program. That's right.
Always got to have a feeder program. In fact, Bryant Ralph, you've been a part of a lot of feeder programs at Boyd, and now you're a star on 5 different teams, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, man. You're a great representation of, like I said, you're a model Bronco for people that are out there. So if you want, this is kind of kids where you're producing.
That's right.
Not just Boyd's producing. Mickey, you got a great kid here, man.
Thank you.
I'm really happy. I've really enjoyed coaching Britt and getting to know her and finding her. Did you take away the crowbar that CJ gave her for Christmas?
I did take away the crowbar. It's locked up. Safety purposes.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to go back and watch a show on that, we actually had that. We had CJ on talking about that. But hey, I really appreciate y'all joining us on the Simmons Says.
Thanks
program.
for having us.
And we'll have y'all back here soon.
Let's go get some of that coffee.
Go get it. All right. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We'll be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the Simmons Says Show. If you want to go get some of that coffee, get you a cobbler as well over there at the cafe at Tree City. Thank y'all so much.
Never knew no good from bad, but I knew life before I left my nursery. Left alone with big fat fatty, she was such a naughty natty. You big woman, you made a bad boy out of me. Hey, hey, I've been singing.